Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're situated on this great, big, beautiful blue globe floating through the void of Yah's creation. It's the 21st of August, 2026, TGIF, it's Friday. These are the WTF reports. I'm your host, Dave vonKleist, screaming about the media, gaslighting, propagandizing, fabricating, lying to you. And as a result, you won't be trusted anymore. All right, welcome to the TGIF edition of the WTF Reports, and this broadcast is live on the Red State Talk Radio Network, and that's RedStateTalkRadio.com, and it's going out live from 2:05 until 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and that equates, of course, to Pacific being 11:05 a.m. until 12 noon Pacific Time, and do the math for the time zones in between. All right, and this is being brought to you in part by the Wave Watch. If you haven't checked it out, you really should. It's Rife technology you wear on your wrist. And the Wave Watch was basically thunk up by Linda Banber. Rest her soul, she just passed away about a month or two ago. But anyway, it's a Rife machine you wear on your wrist. And if you'd like some more information, visit our website, TheWTFReports.com. The pop-up will take you into an area where you can read all about the Wave Watch and why and how this Rife technology is so cool. So anyway, check it out. Okay, man, there's a lot of scuttlebutt and a lot of blurb going on X and on Facebook. I posted a little video a couple days ago, and boy, I'll tell you, the response has been insane, over the top. There's a lot of talk about Charlie Kirk's assassination, and there are folks out there that are talking about an exploding microphone, and this is it's a good theory. Now, before I even get started, I want to turn the clock back about 22 years and share with you just a video clip of the documentary I produced back in 2004, 22 years ago, explaining what a conspiracy theory is. Now, keep in mind that you can't solve any crime whatsoever unless you come up with some sort of an idea of what happened. You have to come up with a theory, and then you pursue that theory until that comes to a dead end, and then you come up with another theory, and maybe another theory. You're not going to be right 100% of the time, but eventually, if you come up with enough theories, you're going to come across some information that maybe will prove that there is indeed a conspiracy. So with that, I'm going to turn the clock back 22 years and share with you this clip from the documentary 9/11 in Plain Sight. And by the way, it's available if you go to my website, davevonKleist.com. You can have access to all the music and the documentaries, etc., etc. It's up there for free. It's not about making money, folks. It's about getting the message out. But anyway, this is going back 22 years with an explanation of what a conspiracy theory is. Here you go.
Let's begin by playing a little word association. I'll say a word, and you think of the first word that comes to mind. Conspiracy theory is what most people think of. We've all been conditioned to associate the word theory with the word conspiracy, because after all, no conspiracies could possibly be true. They're all just theories, aren't they? Well, in the phrase conspiracy theory, there are two words. The first word, conspiracy. The second word is the active word, theory. By definition, a theory is a supposition, an idea, a concept, a hypothesis. Let me give you an example. In theory, if I purchase a raffle ticket, I could win a prize. Now, as long as I don't purchase a raffle ticket, my win is theoretical. But once you purchase a raffle ticket, the win is no longer a theory. It becomes a possibility. And the more raffle tickets you purchase, the more possible and eventually probable the win becomes. Such is the case with a conspiracy theory. As long as there is no evidence, it is a conspiracy theory. But once you have a piece of evidence, no matter how flimsy or circumstantial it may be, it becomes a possibility. And the more evidence that is gathered, the more possible and eventually probable the conspiracy is.
Yeah, that's the way it is. So, like I said, 22 years ago, you get a piece of evidence, and once you have a piece of evidence, the possibility starts to increase. The more evidence that you have, the more possible and eventually probable the conspiracy is. So let's apply that to the Charlie Kirk assassination, all right? And also you want to keep in mind with who's lying, and are those lies provable? So we're going to take a look at that. First of all, let's turn the clock back a week ago with the debate between Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson. So here is a brief clip about that, because this all ties in to this issue about the exploding microphone. Listen to this.
That was actually, if you go back to my first episode when I was just observing what I saw with my eyes, I was asking the serious question. I was saying, why is it like somebody shot him from underneath? Why is his shirt moving first? It doesn't make sense to me. And
that's because of air dispersal from the bullet.
Oh.
So whenever a bullet is shot, a projectile shot, you can actually run this experiment yourself if you have a rifle. Take like an empty box of ammunition and put it on the table, and then fire it near the muzzle, and that box will actually blow off the table.
Okay, so question for you. Does that box go sideways off the table?
It can.
It can.
Yeah, it can. It depends on the dispersal.
You shoot 3,000 pounds of energy or 2,000 pounds of energy coming at you. That's how much it carries.
Well, it's not 2,000 pounds of energy.
We can fact check that. How many pounds of energy is it? A 30-6 being shot 150 yards away? That's a great question for Grok. I'm going to say when we looked at it, it was between 1,500 and 2,000. I'm pretty sure pounds of energy coming at you, and you just go upward and to the side. I don't really buy that. I'm going to just say I just think that's not possible. It doesn't go through. On top of that, so there's another miracle. You didn't get blown backwards. It didn't go through. But I also want to say that you're saying this can happen, and Rob O'Neill is infinitely more qualified, I think, to speak on that.
Why?
And because he's actually shot and killed people.
Why would that have anything to do with anything?
Because
did he slow down all the videos of the people he shot to see if their clothes moved?
Well, why are you able to assert your position fast?
Because I'm gonna tell you how projectiles work. He's not even gonna I guarantee you this guy's not even gonna disagree with what I'm about to say. If it is the case that you have energy and you have mass, and the mass is moving in the air has to go somewhere. It doesn't have a choice.
I think you're totally BSing right now, man.
Not only am I not BSing, I'm telling you the truth. If a bullet is moving in air has to move out of way of bullet.
But maybe not at the bottom of a shirt here. I don't know. I disagree with that. I'd like to say, for the record, I've watched some of you do these sorts of things where you assert something with a lot of confidence, and you can
fact check it.
Your
check if bullets displace air.
Not about whether it displaced air. It's where it dispersed the air. Underneath his shirt here.
It's not underneath the shirt.
A bullet's this big, and you're telling me it's going to hit his neck.
Candace,
and then
it's not underneath the shirt.
The
it
shirt
starts
puffs
up here, and the collar's moving, and then you see the wave here as he's moving backwards.
No.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's not.
And we obviously can't show that clip. I disagree with you.
Okay, I understand you can't show it for TOS purposes.
Exactly. That's fine. I disagree with you. People can go watch and make up their own minds. We don't need to debate it. Whether or not that was the first thing I said was, why is his shirt moving first? That didn't make sense to me. It almost looks just like this. It goes across. His necklace breaks first before Charlie even reacts. If you watch it in slow, his necklace breaks first, which I thought was very odd. And then you see a puff here, and then the next thing you know, there's the entry wound on his neck.
Okay, so, and then she said the entry wound. I think she misspoke on that, but we'll give her that. Okay, so Andrew Wilson is saying that the shirt jumping was because of air displacement. The bullet moving at such a speed, of course, they're saying that the bullet hit here, but the shirt puffed up over here. All right, well, let's take a look at somebody who ran an experiment here. They shot a bullet past a couple of balloons and a pile of flour, which we all know flour, if you go, yeah, man, the flour puffs all over the place. And there were some playing cards on the table and a couple of other items just to see what would move if you shot a bullet real close. Let's take a look at this.
We're within a bullet's diameter of that flour.
Yeah, look at that.
The tiniest wrinkle from the bullet shockwave in the tissue. It did something. It did something. So until it actually...
Yeah, okay, let's look at it again.
We're within a bullet's diameter of that flour.
No movement.
The tiniest wrinkle from the bullet shockwave in the tissue. It did something. It did something. So until it actually...
Okay, so we just saw a bullet go by a couple of balloons and a pile of flour and some playing cards, and nothing moved. So what about this air displacement issue that Andrew Wilson was discussing? Well, again, this debate was Thursday, Friday. And then over the weekend, of course, there are a lot of people who are supporting Andrew Wilson's efforts to destroy Candace Owens and all of her conspiracy theories. Well, somebody posted, let's see, where is it? Okay, let me see. Okay, here it is. Is this a theory? Let me see. I got a bunch of them here. Let's see if this is it. Oh, yeah, okay. This is it. Watch carefully. Now, somebody posted this. Now, again, I posted the short video of Charlie's shirt going up and then the wound showing up. Okay, so this is how they're dealing with it. Watch this. There, they stopped it right there. Their first frame captured after the round struck. Notice the shirt is already up. This is because a bullet traveling at 2,800 feet per second moves 45 feet in the 16.6 milliseconds between every video frame. When a round hits, the sudden transfer of kinetic energy and rapid displacement of air creates a shock wave which can affect nearby loose fabric like a t-shirt. Now watch carefully. Now wait, I'm going to pause this. The entry wound location, you see this right here? Now they've got this little line and they put a circle right there. Why would they bother putting there? Because it's going to cover up the wound. And I'll let this continue. They cover it up and then they stop it. Okay? Why do they do that? Why are they covering that up? Okay? Now, all right. Keep that in mind. They're going on the assumption that, yes, that displacement, air displacement, puffed up the shirt, and then they put a little thing right here covering up where the wound is supposed to be. Maybe we know why. Okay, let's take another look here. Let me see exploding mic. Okay, here we go. Okay, here is just before the shirt jumps. Okay, and then over here, I think this may be 1 or 2 frames after. I don't know where they got this video, but you can see that there's a puff of smoke right where in the approximate location that the microphone would be. So we've got the shirt before it jumps, and this is just as the jump is beginning, there's a puff of smoke. So this exploding mic theory, does it hold water? Well, let me see. Let me go on. Mic explode. Okay, let's...
Explosive placed in his wireless mic is growing in popularity. And when you look at the reenactments done online, side by side, you can't help but notice the way that the shirt moves, the way that the necklace moves, and the way that the body moves are so similar. And now Tucker Carlson is openly saying that he believes that Charlie Kirk was killed because...
believe he was most likely murdered for his evolving views on Israel.
Which is interesting when it comes to the exploding mic theory, because almost exactly a year before Charlie Kirk's assassination, Israel attacked Hezbollah with exploding walkie-talkies and pagers in an operation called Grim Beeper. And then you look at what TPUSA has done. They've put his handheld mic on display, but where's the wireless one? Brian Harple, Charlie Kirk's security, said that in the hospital he cut his Freedom shirt off. Where is that? Isn't that evidence? What if there's shrapnel on it? Speaking of which, this is what an exploded Rode wireless mic looks like. And when you freeze frame Charlie's hand the moment after the attack, that's what a lot of people believe they are seeing on his hand. And in October of 2025, Ian Carroll brought up the fact that there was an explosives factory that was wiped off the map in Tennessee that had government contracts that made mic packs. And immediately after Charlie Kirk's assassination, UVU did complete construction of the area where he was assassinated, and people wondered if it was to cover up evidence. And now you have to wonder if the evidence they were trying to hide was from an exploded mic. This was once just a conspiracy theory, but it seems that it's shaping up to be something more.
Yeah, seems to be it's something more. All right. Well, let's take a quick look. I'll tell you what. They're talking about a Rode microphone. All right. Let me show you a Rode microphone. I happen to have one. I've had this for several years, and this is the receiver. Okay, it's a little box, and you plug the receiver in. I've got my my little plug here, so you plug this in. All right, and this is the transmitter. Transmitter, receiver. So now I'm going to turn them both on so you can hear that these actually work. Okay, I'm turning on the receiver, so now that's on. I'm going to turn on the transmitter, and a little blue light comes on. There it is. So now this is on. So now I'm going to turn my regular microphone, turn that one off, take that right down. Let's see, is that, let me see, is that's working here? Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, check. Check, check, check. There we go. Yeah. So this is the Rode microphone. All right. So you can see how small it is. All right, I'm going to turn these off because I don't need to have it on. And, okay, turn that off. Turn it off. There it goes off. And I will turn this one off. The little lights are going to go off. There you go. So this is off. All right. So if this microphone is the same as Charlie Kirk's, and he had it under his shirt over here, and at the camera angle is like this, and this was to explode. Now, I theorize that this, if it was an exploding microphone, and I believe it was, this was supposed to completely blow out his chest in spectacular, macabre fashion so that everyone could see how gory and horrible it was to have Charlie explode in front of all those people. But I believe it misfired. I believe it shot off, it went off in such a way that it threw some shrapnel into his chest, and it came out his neck. And in doing so, and I'm turning this way so you could see this, I'm going to take this Rode microphone and push it up like this. Okay, you see that rectangle right like that? Let me see. Okay, I'll do it this way. Yeah. Okay, he was wearing a T-shirt, so he didn't have a collar. Okay, so the point is it comes up like this. All right? The reason I'm showing you that is because of this. Look at this. Bang. Look at that right there. All right. Now, I'm going to pause this. It goes to the back. I'm going to go slowly. You'll see that it goes, part of it, if this was a Rode microphone that's split in half, and again, it's just a little guy, and so part of it goes to the rear, bang right there, and then up. Look at that right there. Okay? So, was this an exploding microphone? Bang, bang. Bang, bang, to the rear and then up in the front. You could see that. Okay, so I'm just going through, I'm theorizing. Oh, God help my soul. I'm actually thinking outside of the cage. But anyway, so now that brings us to the video that I posted 2 days ago. And here it is. Now I'm going to pause this right here. And I put this box here. Why did I put this box? Because underneath it is a logo for the program that I use. It's called the Split Broadcaster. I grabbed clips with the Split Broadcaster and they put their logo there. So I took this little box and I put it right over the logo. It wasn't to cover anything up. Somebody says, oh, why did you cover up that? You guys, just stop. So, and I put the text here. It says, watch carefully. Charlie's shirt jumps first. Then, and I put an arrow right towards his neck. Then the wound appears. Shout out to anyone else who may have the video. And there were hundreds of people there, hundreds of people who were taking video. And there's precious few videos out there. That's because law enforcement said, delete your videos. Don't put those out there. Anyway, once again, watch carefully when the wound happens. Shirt jumps and then the wound shows up. It jumps, and then the wound shows up. Again, it jumps, and I'm going to slow it down. Okay? Take it just a little bit at a time. Pause. Did you see that? The shirt jumps, and then I'll go one frame at a time. The shirt is coming down now. Coming down one frame, one frame, one frame, one frame. Okay, there, right it is. Can you see the little dot there? That's a small hole. And then it's a big hole. You could see it. Okay, so is this viable evidence? Is this reason to believe the exploding microphone theory? I believe it is. And if it is an exploding microphone, and if the shirt jumps before the wound, that means the entire narrative about a gunshot, and I don't care if it's a BB gun or a 22 or a 30-06 or 50 cal, doesn't make any difference. The shirt jumped first, and then the wound showed up. So the question is, who detonated that exploding microphone? Who would be behind it? And like you said a couple of years ago, we heard about the exploding pagers. Yeah, who would have that technology? And why did that explosive plant in Tennessee blow up shortly after Charlie Kirk's assassination? And why was it that Pete Hegseth's plane flew right over the site where that explosive factory was detonated? And what kind of explosives were they making? These are all valid questions. So I stand by Candace Owens and what's his name? Bart Coleman, Coleman, whatever his first name is, and Ian Carroll and Eric Matzos and Eric Warsaw. All of these people who are questioning the official narrative and contemplating on the idea that a Rode microphone might have exploded under Charlie's shirt. Anyway, let's see what time we got here. Let me see. I've got a couple other things here. Oh, yes. The text lie. Another clip out of the Candace Owens, Andrew Wilson debate. All right. Now, again, there's an old saying, a lie needs another lie for support, but the truth will stand alone. So if you find somebody lying, obviously they're covering up something. So anyway, are we catching them in lies? Let's figure that out. Let me see, where is it? Okay, here it is.
Charlie responded with this. Okay, great. Remind them that they are there for one person's security only, because I'm somewhat worried the left is trying to kill me. That was a message sent September 9th.
But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered, they're coming after me, someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone.
Yeah. Let me see, where's my camera here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, somebody's lying. And then there's the issue about the video of Tyler Robinson walking through the parking garage, and it was all squished and compressed. Well, they unsquished it and uncompressed it, and here it is side by side. All right? Here is from the video unsquished. Does this guy look like this guy? This is Tyler Robinson on the left. On the right, we don't know who that is, but look at the body structure. Are they the same person? I don't think so. I really don't. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break and going to open up the phone lines. It is Friday, and so you're welcome to belly up to the telephone bar. Let's see. Okay, the phone number here is 215-867-8255. And we're going to take a quick break for the cause. Here we go.
Get More Tank will save you money every month on gas. Get More Tank is a tablet with active ingredients that adds big mileage to every tank. Made in America, the Get More Tank formula is used by trucking companies and heavy industry. Now the Get More Tank formula is available to you. Get More Tank works in any gas or diesel engine, cleans your engine, lowers emissions, and you'll feel improved engine performance every time you step on the gas. Get More Tank works for cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, four-wheelers, mowers, and blowers. Hey, if you've got an engine, then Get More Tank. Contractors, electricians, plumbers, plumbers, painters, and lawn service companies, Get More Tank will save you money and extend the life of your engines. If you're an owner-operator running your big rig around the town or across the country, Get More Tank will save you money too. If you're a farmer, all of your equipment can use Get More Tank. A 5-pack on sale at GetMoreTank.com for just $22.22 plus shipping. Use the promo code REDPILL101 and get 10% off. Save your money, save your engine, save the earth at GetMoreTank.com. Get More Tank is EPA registered, doesn't void warranties, results vary.
And you can get more tank by visiting our website, TheWTFReports.com. That's right there on the logo, TheWTFReports.com. Click on the sponsors button. It'll take you to an area where you can read all the specifications and details about Get More Tank. It's not a fuel additive. It's a fuel catalyst. It changes the way your fuel burns in the engine. So what happens is that right off the bat, when you start using it, you'll notice that you get more power. Second of all, your engine will start to clean itself up and all the gunk gets blown out and it starts to run a lot cleaner and more efficiently. And then once the engine adjusts to its new efficiency, you start to enjoy better mileage. And depending upon your make, model, and year of vehicle, and of course your driving habits, you'll see anywhere between 15 and 20% increase in your gas mileage. And do the math. If you spend $20, and that's how much it costs when you use the promo code REDPILL101, which is automatically applied if you order through the website, and if you get 5 tablets for $20, and if you're getting up to 20% better mileage, do the math. One tablet per tank, 20% better mileage means the 5th tank is free. Spend $20, get a free tank of gas, and that's with one purchase, folks. It doesn't make sense not to use it. Try it out. And by the way, they have a $1 million liability policy that they've never had to utilize, in case you put it in your gas tank and it screws up your engine. It's never happened. It's not going to happen. So go to our website, TheWTFReports.com, click on the sponsors button, and get more tank. All right, it's 32 minutes past the hour, whatever hour you're sitting in. And again, this broadcast is broadcast live on the Red State Talk Radio Network. And I'm also recording this for a future post on our website, TheWTFReports.com, because I'm here with the receipts. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, let's see. I'm going to hold on there. Okay, so I'm not making this stuff up. That's why I come with the video receipts and I show documents, etc., etc. So they can't say, Dave said that, he's a conspiracy theorist. No, just shut up and sit down. Anyway, we got a phone caller, and let's go to the phones. Okay, hi, caller. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dave, it's Dave in the Thumb. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. So, I'm a big fan of Professor James Fetzer. You know who he is, right?
Oh, yeah. He featured in the sequel. I was just talking about my documentary 22 years ago, a 9/11 in plain sight, and then a couple of years after that, I made a sequel called 9/11 Ripple Effect, and that's also available at my website, DaveVonKleist.com. And yeah, Jim Fetzer was featured in that. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I kind of tuned in a little bit late, but I heard you talking about old Charlie there, and I'll tell you, Fetzer believes Charlie's shooting was all a false flag, and he's got like 3 hours of video on it showing why he believes, and he don't do nothing by himself. He's always got experts in their fields on the things he talks about, and we all know nobody died at Sandy Hook, and Jim has done some incredible work, as have you. But I'll tell you what, you need to go look at Jim's Rumble channel.
Okay.
There's a couple of ways, that he said the other day how you go find the 2 shows he did about Charlie, and I apologize, I don't have those down, but I know you could find them because of your the work you already do on that computer. I'm a flip phone guy, being blind. So, but I'll tell you what, you can't fool my lying eyes anymore. And I'll tell you, as soon as I heard Charlie was shot, and I didn't know a whole lot about him, but I knew that he was, talking out of school about, the Israelis. And anyway, I don't think Charlie's dead. What did Cash Pay to Tell said, I'll see you in Valhalla, my brother.
Yeah, I heard that.
Well, Cash and Charlie weren't brothers, and Valhalla is a resort where they send people that are in the witness protection program.
Right.
And it's out there in what's that island by Australia?
Yeah, New
What's
Zealand.
The other one?
Off the coast of
New Zealand.
Yeah, it's off the coast of New Zealand.
That's where Valhalla is. And
Right.
I heard a guy. There's a guy on RBN now, James from Vancouver, and he spelled out that Charlie's wife was an expert in financial offshore trusts before they got married. And there's a lot of stuff, they sold that mansion they lived in about, a few months before this alleged shooting.
Yeah, I think it was $4 million or something. Yeah.
His super Corvette was just sold shortly before the shooting. There's a lot of suspicion, and that could have been all planned out to make us look away from the Israelis. Because what did Benny Netanyahu? He said right when Charlie came up dead, he said, "Oh, we didn't do it. Israel didn't do it." Right?
Yeah, right. Well, you want to keep in mind.
I got to go and help my wife do something, but keep up the good work on your show, and I'll keep listening. Thanks, Dave.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for the call. Okay,
yeah,
bye. Well, it seems, more often than not, whenever there's a major event like this, the powers that be know that there are going to be all kinds of conspiracy theories, ideas on what really happened. So the powers that be are going to give you conspiracy theories. They're going to give you all these different ideas about, well, Charlie was shot from behind, or he was shot from in the front, came up, or, or whatever, or there was a direct energy weapon, or maybe he was whisked away, he was brought down into a tunnel and he's still alive. There's going to be all kinds of stuff, but I have to go on, what I see as far as evidence is concerned and what makes sense. So, we can agree to disagree. And as a matter of fact, this is one of the reasons why, back in 2009, I had a whole bunch of fecal matter hit the air circulator in my personal life. And you couple that with the idea that from 2000, I was on the air in 2001 when the 9/11 disaster happened. And then when I released the documentary film in 2004, after compiling all the videos that people had sent me, then all of the different factions in the 9/11 truth movement started coming out. And yes, there was a lot of infighting, and that infighting continues to this day. And my philosophy was and remains that if we all have puzzle pieces, it's not that my puzzle pieces are better than your puzzle pieces, mine are right and yours are wrong, and then we start attacking each other. And that's exactly what happened with the 9/11 truth movement. I looked at all of the infighting and the competition that was going on. I said, no, we're not supposed to be competing. We're supposed to be working on the same team. Why don't we just come together? I'll take my puzzle pieces, put them on the table. You take your puzzle pieces, put them on the table. We all work together and figure out what the picture is. But that's not the way it was going on. So that's why I basically flipped the middle finger to the 9/11 truth movement. I started calling it a 9/11 bowel movement because a lot of people were just full of crap. And that's why I said the powers that be know that there will be all these different theories, so they're going to contribute to the subterfuge and the confusion and the competition and the infighting, okay? And that's why I just threw my hands up and said, look, I can't deal with this, I said, screw it. So I'll let you guys fight amongst yourselves, because as far as I'm concerned, it's not about making money. Because some people wanted to sell their video, sell their book, or sell their whatever, or they wanted to, be seen as the person who figured it out, and have some sort of a plaque or a statue or praise and accolades. No. If you're in it for the ego stroke or you're in it for the profit, you're in it for the wrong reasons. And that's why I put all my stuff out there for free. It's all on my website, davevonKleist.com. My music's out there for free. And there are people out there on eBay selling my CDs and music. I don't give a crap. It's not about the money. It's about the message. And it always has been. So anyway, let's see. We got plenty of time. The phone line is open. If you want to join me, you're welcome to do so. 215-867-8255. As a matter of fact, I came across back 20 years ago when I was with Joyce, and we were doing the show The Power Hour, and you have to use the Wayback Machine and go find thepowerhour.com, and you can find it all. But I had this running gag. The Star Chamber guys, and there was this one guy, the little minion, excuse me, sir. And then there was the guy that was in the big chair. Yes, what is it? And I had this running gag, and I'm going to play for you. I found this in an old hard drive. I got a kick out of this. Check this out.
Excuse me, sir. May I have a word with you?
I must say, things are going swimmingly. I was thinking, do you remember when Father figured out what to do with the byproduct of the manufacturing of aluminum?
Yes, sir. Fluoride. But,
yes,
sir...
He figured out that despite the fact that it caused brain damage, it could be marketed as a decay-preventing dentifrice and made billions.
Yes, sir. I wanted to tell you that...
And then when he found out that aspartame also caused brain damage...
Yes, sir. You mean... Nutrous.
It was a dream come true. The sheeple couldn't get enough of the sugar-free stupid juice.
And intellectually challenged people are easy to lead.
And mislead.
Especially with Mr. Hannity and Mr. O'Reilly.
On the news network America Trusts.
or CNN, America's most trusted news network.
What was it you wanted?
Oh, yes, sir. The couple's on the radio again, sir.
No.
Yes, the couple that says the opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of the staff, management, or sponsors.
Stop them! I've told you time and time again, if they keep putting out this information, people will begin to understand how we've been manipulating this society for generations.
Yes,
so
sir.
you've got to get on this right now. You've got to demonize.
Yes,
you've got to ridicule.
Yes,
you've
sir.
got to discredit.
Yes,
you've
sir.
got to somehow take them down. I've told
yes,
you
sir.
over and over and over
know,
again.
sir.
How many times have I got to tell you?
Oh, dear, sir.
Yeah, shut them down. Shut down all those conspiracy theorists, create the division and the infighting. And by the way, I got to tell you, for those of you who've been paying attention to all of the alternative networks that have come up in the past 10 years online, I mean, we got Newsmax and One American News, OAN. There's the Lindell TV network, then there's Real America's Voice. And then there's the Young Turks. Now, the Young Turks, Anna Kasparian and Cenk Unger, okay, they basically, they were on the left, okay, all during the COVID stuff and the Biden administration and the hate, Trump bashing and Trump derangement syndrome, et cetera, et cetera. And, of course, there's all this political division. Well, guess what? Candace Owens, a known conservative, and Anna Kasparian, a known lefty, they're coming together on a couple of different issues, and that's exactly what has to happen. And I've been screaming about this thing for a long time, decades, going all the way back to the Power Hour in the early 2000s. And here's the scenario. Let's get all the blue people, all the liberals, and put them on one side of the room. And you get all the red people, the conservatives, and put them on that side of the room. And then you start asking questions. Excuse me, do you like war? No. Do you like war? No. Okay, good. Do you like the military-industrial complex? No. Do you like the military-industrial complex? No. Do you like Big Pharma? No. Do you? No. Do you like, whatever? Do you like propaganda? No. Do you? No. Okay. Do you like Big Agra? No. Do you? No. Do you like the big media machine? No. Do you? No. Do you see how much we have in common? There are a few things that are diametrically opposed, and the powers that be know that we're going to bitch and moan and complain and beat each other up over issues like gun control or abortion and stuff like that, and that's why they throw those issues right in your face all the time. But all the stuff that really is important, the stuff about, like I just said, the military-industrial complex. Oh, I didn't even mention the Federal Reserve. You like the Fed? No. Do you? No. Okay, great. Do you like big banks? No. Do you? No. Do you like the New World Order? No. Do you? No. Oh, gosh. We got so much in common. So we got to stop fighting amongst ourselves and get with the program. All right, let's go to the phones. Okay, caller. Who are you? Where are you calling from? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's Ray from Columbus, Ohio. There's one point I'd like to make that fits the microphone exploding.
Yeah.
And that is, they didn't find the bullets. Everybody said if it was shot from that gun, it would go right through him. There's nothing in the body that would fragment that thing.
Right.
And it would probably kill the guy behind him. What they found is a lot of fragments.
Right.
That fits perfectly with the exploding microphone.
Right.
Metal. So I think you're right on target. And I agree 100%, how the media and the government introduces a lot of extraneous philosophies or theories just to confuse the whole issue. I think you're right on target with that. I think we may come to the solution, and congratulations to Our Lady and you and the others who are in there pursuing this. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for saying so, and I think you're right. Like I said, the powers that be know that there's going to be all kinds of theories coming out there, so they're going to provide as many as they can to basically diffuse and confuse, okay? So some people will say, oh, this happened, some people that happened, and say, well, this and that happened and stuff like that, and so they got everybody going down these fabricated rabbit trails, so we can't come to a consensus. So that's what I think,
absolutely.
anyway.
But if you remember in the trial, they showed a lot of fragments, and these fragments weren't in one place. They were in various places of the body, which fits your theory there. It fits perfectly. And so I think you're right on target.
Well, thank you, Ray.
Thanks for everything, Dave. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, too. So, and thanks for calling.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in, Ray. All right. Again, the phone number here is 215-867-8255. And yeah, we still have time it's Open Lines Friday. So if you got something else that you want to discuss, you're open to, bring something to the table. But yeah, I think that we're living in a time when, like I said, the powers that be are doing everything that they can to keep everybody off balance. Okay, let's go to the phones. We've got a bunch of callers coming in. Hello, caller. Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you want?
It's Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Your buddy, your friend,
How
who's
you
your
doing,
pal.
Mike? All right, what you got, Mike?
All right, I'm going on to the Muslim issue.
Okay.
Which somebody will probably come after me for, so let's not tell them where I live. But you're familiar with the story of Troy, in ancient history, and the Trojan horse?
Yeah, the Trojan horse, yeah.
Okay, well, Muslims are coming here, and we're, welcoming them, and that's fine, but their plan is, because they're anti-Christian, is to convert the United States to a Muslim country.
Right.
And they are teaching in their temples or mosques or whatever you call them. They're actually teaching and organizing on how to take over the United States using our own systems, our educational system, our media, our legal system, lawyers, whatever. And they have a plan that within 20 years, Christians are going to be out. But it's very simple to defend ourselves against this happening.
Okay, how do you do that?
Go ahead.
I said, how do you do that? Go ahead.
Well, it turns out that there are certain things in life that they can't be exposed to. Number one would be pork.
Yeah.
They can't go in a grocery store because it sells pork.
Right.
Okay, all you have to do is move the pork to the front door. They're not coming in. They are not buying their groceries. They need food. So one of their first things is to take over the food supply, get rid of pork so they can eat. because they can't go into a deli. And there's actually a restaurant that I saw it online that put pork on all the tables just to keep all of them out, and they did not go in.
Oh my!
The next thing is their belief in angels is wear clothing that has faces or cartoon characters on it.
Oh, really?
Because their angels
keep talking. I got to show the listeners. Go ahead.
Are afraid of faces. So all you have to do is put an image of Mickey Mouse on your shirt. And they can't have anything to do with you. They have to leave because their angels are scared of faces on clothing, or all you have to do is put stickers all over everywhere. Just put a sticker on a doorway.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm holding up my Mickey Mouse pajamas here. I'll be safe from the Muslims then, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not. Yeah. Well, we want to prevent them from their planned takeover, and it is there, but they their angels are afraid of these faces and cartoon characters and will not protect them. They run. So they want to keep their angels around them. So if you do that, they will stay away from you and places that have that. All you need is stickers or murals or a picture of Mickey Mouse on the wall. They're not coming in. The next thing, and this is the last thing, is dogs and cats. They are terrified of dogs and cats because the angels that protect the Muslim are afraid of domestic animals. So just keep a dog in your house. Keep cats in your house.
Well, there are some people that have pet pigs, those little miniature pigs. So that might be a protection. Okay.
But it's that easy to stop them. But we've got to start doing this because they are already yelling at people, sitting in a restaurant eating a hot dog, and they're getting yelled at. You can't eat that. Put that down. Throw that out. You got to get rid of. You can't eat that. You are offensive to us Muslims. It's like America. Hot dog is our food. I'm eating my hot dog. Okay.
Throw the hot dog at the son of a gun. You want this?
Yeah.
Here, take it. Put it right in his face.
Yeah.
Here, eat it.
And they're out in public congregating, and they're giving us a hard time for our normal way. They are not here to assimilate. Get that through your head.
Yeah.
This is not the turn of the 1900s. When everybody came here, they wanted to be American, and they absorbed our culture, and within one generation, they were purely American. They assimilated to our culture and the way things work. The Muslims are not going to do that. They want us to assimilate to being a Muslim, denounce our Christian ways, and follow their culture. This is something new, and they're coming in such numbers that they have the ability to do this, and they have a plan.
Well,
Wake up, America.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened.
Up.
Well, that's exactly what's happened up in Dearborn, Michigan. As a matter of fact, I'd be curious to find out. I saw last weekend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bikers heading towards Dearborn, Michigan. The reason being is, of course, if anybody's been paying attention, Dearborn, Michigan has just about been completely taken over by the Muslim community. They started moving in 25 years ago, and they're just basically piling themselves into that area, and they've gained political seniority, and now 5 times a day, their prayers are being blasted through loudspeakers all through Dearborn. And the regular residents there are saying, what's happened? What is going on here? And there was a church that actually started to ring its bell, and the Muslims got all pissed off about that. And so anyway, there's a lot of folks that said, that's it. You've crossed the line. If I can't ring my bell and I have to be submitted to your prayers 5 times a day through loudspeakers, that's it. So what happened is that word got around, and like I said, I saw videos last weekend of hundreds, if not thousands, of bikers heading towards Dearborn, Michigan, and they said that they were going to make their voices heard on the 18th, which was this past Tuesday, and I haven't heard a peep since then. So I'd be curious to find out anybody up in Michigan, if they know what's going on, to contact us here. Drop us an email at the website, TheWTFReports, and or you could even call in. So I'd be curious to find out what happened in Dearborn, Michigan this week. So anyway, okay.
And that's happening in a lot of places, but people, you have to speak up.
Yeah.
This is really happening. I am not delusional. I am not crazy. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up for America, damn it.
Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, I think that was Janine Pirro several years ago was talking exactly about what you're talking about, how there is a definite plan for a Muslim takeover. And it's not something that happens overnight or in a week or in a month. Their terms are long-term. Their plan is long-term. I mean, we're talking about, they're going to pop out as many babies as they can and let the babies grow up and have them have babies. And they are breeding into the United States. The white population, Caucasians, are very quickly falling into the minority. So unless the whites start having babies, and I don't think that's going to happen, we just may lose our country in the next few years. So I don't know. So
that's what I'm afraid of, and it really bothers me. So everybody, wake up. I know everybody's saying, "Oh, we need to welcome them. We need to be nice." Oh, they're such nice people.
Yeah.
Just wake up. All right, I'll let you go. I had my rant. Thank you, America. Wake up before it's gone.
Yeah. Well, I've known you for a long time, and I've been screaming about this for decades and decades. And until America pulls its head out of the sand, it ain't going to happen. They don't seem to realize that when your head's stuck in the sand, your butt is exposed. And people just don't want to know, So anyway, thank you for your support and your call there, Mike. God bless. You have a good weekend.
Thank you, too.
All right, cheers. All right, let me see. We got about 2 minutes left before the music starts. And getting back to this issue about the Charlie Kirk assassination, you have to ask the question, who benefits? We all know what Charlie was starting to come to realize in the past year of his life. And he started to speak out against a certain group of people who had undue influence on our entire country. And he was questioning what happened on October 7th. And well, he should. And he was also basically partnering with Candace Owens. And they don't like you to think that, okay? They want you to think that Erica Kirk was the rightful heir to TPUSA. And that's not what was going to happen. As a matter of fact, here's a real quick clip of Charlie and Candace.
Warren, I'll tell you what, I'll close with this. I'm such a believer in Candace, and if the 20th century taught us one thing, through the horror, through the slaughter, through the genocide, through the wars, the one thing it taught us is a single individual, one person, can change the course of history. Whether it be Gandhi, Winston Churchill, Ronald Reagan, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Margaret Thatcher. And I believe you're looking at one of the people that 50 years from now
Him too.
is going to be one of those people that will turn around. Thank you guys so much. With your help, we're going to win.
Yeah. So that's how Charlie felt about Candace Owens. So all the folks out there that are attacking and dissing Candace Owens, and they're doing everything they can to stop the independent investigation into Charlie's assassination, well, you got to start looking at its deeds and not words. So I'm just looking at the second hand over here. I got to put the clock up here so I can keep looking over there. But anyway. That's going to wrap it up for the Friday edition of the WTF Reports. And as always, I ask that if you're watching on BitChute or Rumble or YouTube or Facebook, you know what to do. I want you to click like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends about it. This wackadoodle, I'm looking at. I'm not new to this particular effort here. I've been out here for over 30 years now. So anyway, you guys keep your head on a swivel. A lot of stuff is going to be going down, and we'll have to see how this is all going to play out in the near future. So have yourself a good weekend. Stay safe, stay free. God bless you all.
See the faces turn white as the people unite. Watch the roaches take